Hey guys, my name is Simpzy, how you all doing? Welcome back to some more Total War Rome 2 here today on the channel. We're back with another battle replay. We've got a 1v1 between Macedonia and the Lusitani. A little bit of a weird matchup, but regardless, let's get stuck into it. If you like the sound of that, feel free to leave the video a like and subscribe if you're new. I usually am able to create a scenario between two factions, whether it's Rome invading North Africa or Spain, or Carthage fighting for independence. I can't think of a reason or scenario that the Macedonians will be fighting the Spanish. So maybe let me know in the comments. You can recommend one. I don't know why Macedon will push so far west, nor the Lusitani push so far east. But anyway, guys, feel free to send your Total War battle replays on my Discord as well. I would recommend doing that if you want to see them featured. I do prefer multiplayer battles, but I don't mind the occasional AI battle as well. So we have the Macedonians here, fiercely defiant in their defense of Alexander's legacy. Who is the true successor kingdom? Let me know in the comments. Is it Macedon? Is it the Seleucids? Or potentially even the Egyptians? Which one is it out of those three? Ha! I'm not forgetting Bactria. People tend to forget that one. So the Macedonians are going to take the high ground here. Decent amount of phalanx at the front. And 3 units on the left-hand side of the companion cavalry. Or the best of what Macedon has to offer. And then they've got the general bodyguard on the right as well. Looking at the Lusitani Spanish army build, they do have a decent amount of heavy shock cav, but they also have, by their own right, if not the second, but some of the best swordsmen in Rome too. Their Iberian swordsmen are so strong. They, I dare say it, can stand their own and maybe even rival a Hastati unit or a Principe unit here and there. So we're slowly but surely waiting for the Spanish to move on up against the Macedonians. They seem to be attacking in this one. The human player is the Macedonians, I do believe, but we'll soon find out. I have no idea how this result is going to pan out. I just know it's a Macedon versus Lusitani battle. That's how I like it. So, looking at the balance of power in the bottom left, it's about a 50-50. So, looking at the Spanish army build, from what we can see here, there does seem to be a decent amount of Spanish spears, but there actually doesn't seem to be too many Iberian swordsmen, which I would have brought a lot more of those if they were able to. Maybe they're a little bit hidden in the fog of war, but they would do a lot better against those Macedonian pikes, which are really hard to break through. Nigh impossible front on, but you will have to focus on the sides and rear to progress on through. So it looks like, although the Macedonian player is defending, he is going to close the distance, advance, and get the ball rolling for the battle. So by the look of it, I reckon the Macedonian player has cavalry supremacy as well. So he will have to put that to work soon. He will have some Macedonian skirmishers / peltasts. They should be able to get their volleys off soon. Okay, so it looks like the Iberian skirmishers are shooting first. And they seem to be throwing quite a lot at the Macedonian front line. Some fighting has broken out on this side here, with some Macedonian infantry engaging some cavalry. The pikes have yet to go into position. But it looks like the Spanish, the Lusitani, are going to push up the hill. Although they've managed to make their way down to fight the Spanish, the Macedonians still seem to be quite fortunate here, because there seems to be still a slight bit of high ground and high rise on the battlefield here. As you can see, the Lusitani are pushing uphill against pikes. Not the best situation whatsoever. And I can't imagine them breaking through that unless they can wrap around, or potentially even the Macedonian cavalry does something stupid or silly. So it looks like they're engaging only the small amount of the Iberian cavalry, and they seem to be doing quite fine. But at the moment, the Lusitani are just trying to blitzkrieg straight through the center, which is not the best idea. So I'm pretty sure the AI is the Spanish player now, definitely. Oh wait, the Macedonians are going to put on a masterclass, a lesson, a tutorial on how to use the phalanx. And some of the Macedonian archers are getting some shots off that general unit there. Oh, we've got a unit of Lusitani capitulating now, the second. As the Macedonians have moved over some infantry here. They've got some thorax swordsmen. The two-handed unit. And yeah. It is probably only a matter of time before the centre starts to capitulate, because the right-hand side does not look too good. It looks a bit green around the gills. Be a bit of an interesting matchup. Not often do you see an Iberian faction fighting Macedon. Yeah, and the balance of power swung massively back around. Once the Macedonian cavalry engages their cavalry on in, they're about to go to town on the last of this infantry here. Okay, they're still trading quite a bit, these light shock. But you wouldn't imagine for much longer. There's a 2-on-1 situation going on here. And the pikes have not been really punished whatsoever. And if anything, the swordsmen have now turned to deal with more Macedonians swinging up on around. And they are just smashing their way on through these poor Lusitani. Last couple of times we've seen them battle it out, the Spanish, they've done quite well against a lot of factions. This time around, not so much. You win some, you lose some. It's all about just getting a decent KD now from the Macedonian player, you would imagine. They're not wrapping around either. The pikes are well protected by additional infantry. And now here we've got the general bodyguard being thrown in. The Macedonian companion cavalry flies on in. And they should be able to start routing these poor Lusitani boys, you would imagine. Oh, they actually held on for that charge, which is interesting. Their general is now finding it out. Small little melee skirmish here. Still clustering the majority of their forces in the centre, those Lusitani. You imagine now the general might be able to get phased out. But it looks now it's going to be a glorious victory for the Macedonians. Just by how much of a margin. As the Lusitani heavy shock cavalry probably about to capitulate. Looks like the Macedonians are eyeing up some cycle charging to try and break the gridlock. Although they're not advancing, it's just turning into a little bit of a grind at the moment in the centre. As the medium / very light shock Macedonian cavalry come on in. So it's not like fully heavy Macedonian cavalry. It's only the general's bodyguard that has the companion. The rest is sort of melee. But now, hopefully, for the Macedonian player, not so much for the Spanish, those routing units should be able to cause a bit of a trickle in the front line. And then a mass rout flood, you'd imagine. Alright, and is that it? Have they capitulated? Oh, he's paused in the replay, I think. Yep. So they're all routed now. Yep, that's GG. The Lusitani have been destroyed. Yeah, maybe he took like Italy in his campaign or something. Or they were battling it out in southern France. I don't know exactly. Wherever this battle came on through. But anyway, the Lusitani now are just getting absolutely run down and through. And the poor men of the Iberian Peninsula are getting run on down. And it's a glorious victory to the heirs of Philip and Alexander. Fear the phalanx, as it once again gives the Macedonians a brilliant victory. Right, let's end that one there. Okay, it's bugged out, so we're not going to be able to see the results anyway. That's unfortunate. So that's pretty much it. I'm going to play the outro now. Unfortunately, it's time to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching. Check out my social media links in the description below if you want to stay connected with me. I also want to say thank you to this month's patrons and channel members: Victor K, Sebastian C, Jordan K, Caesar L, Brian S, Tao, Lion B, Kyle P, Tom C, and White P. My name has been Simpzy. Much love from Australia. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.